All right. Hello and welcome back, everyone. My name is Vincent. With Outdoor Outreach, I'm a field instructor and former Outdoor Outreach participant and leadership program graduate. We're hopping on here today to stay connected to our Outdoor Outreach community and our program participants, and also to bring up-to-date information on responsible ways to get outside during the COVID-19 outbreak. Our goal is to promote active living, mental health, and well-being during this uncertain time. That being said, we want to remind you to always check with your local authorities on local public health ordinances before getting outside. We want to make sure that we're getting outside in a responsible way during this COVID-19 outbreak. So make sure to refer to our website at outdoorreach.org and outdoor space closure resources. So today's Monday, and we're kicking off the week with Mindfulness Mondays. And we'd like to start by being intentional about our health and well-being. So for today's Mindfulness Monday, our question to you, our viewers and guests, is what are some traditional recipes that your family enjoys cooking? So our guests joining us for today's conversation are Steff, Maung, and Paw. Welcome.
Hello. Hi, my name is Maung, and I'm an instructor at Outdoor Outreach. How I got involved with outreach is I went to Crawford High School, and they have a there. It's called Empanadas, and it's run by Outdoor Outreach. So then I went on a trip, and then later on, one of the instructors told me about the leadership program that you can do in the summer. I did the leadership program, graduated 2019 last summer, and then I applied the field instructor, and now I'm here. So pass the power to my cousin.
Thank you, Maung. So hi, everyone. My name is Paul. I am a OO field instructor, and brief history of how I came to be in outdoor outreach is that in my high school year, I joined a venture club, and seeing that how it had made a huge impact on my life, I decided to do the leadership program with them, and I graduated from that, and now I will send it off to Steff.
Hey everyone, my name is Steff Ramos. I'm the Human Resources Senior Coordinator at Outdoor Outreach. When I first moved to San Diego, I started looking for a job, and I knew that I wanted to work for a nonprofit, and that's how I found Outdoor Outreach. After reading about their mission and the work that they do, I knew that it's something that I wanted to be a part of, and I've been with Outdoor Outreach for almost 2 years now. Pass it back to Vinny.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Steff, Paw, and Maung. So as most of us have extra time around the house right now, we want to explore some fun recipes you can try at home. So today we want to talk about family recipes and how we bring those in our homes and what they mean for us. Steff is going to kick us off with a short cooking tutorial from her family tradition, making empanadas.
Thanks, Vinny. Hi everyone again. So my family is from Ecuador, and one of my favorite traditions growing up was cooking with my mom and my abuelita to make traditional Ecuadorian treats like empanadas. Empanadas are common across varying cultures and are sometimes known as pastelitos or even meat pies. They can be made with all different types of filling, but in my household, we would always make them with queso fresco, and most importantly, we would top them off with sugar. So I love empanadas, one, because they are really, really yummy, and two, they're super easy to make because there's very little ingredients that you need to make them. So step one, to gather your ingredients, you're gonna need a couple of things. First things first, you're gonna need these puff pastry discs. The brand is Goya, and they can actually be found at your local Ralph's. There's 12 discs to a pack, so you can make up to 12 empanadas. The other thing that you're gonna need is queso fresco. It's a soft, really easy to crumble, salty cheese, and that's what we're gonna use for our filling. You'll need some water, and then you're also gonna need oil. There you can fry up the empanadas in different kinds of oil. I prefer to use avocado, but you can also use like canola, vegetable, or even coconut oil. So once you have all of your ingredients in place, the next thing that you're gonna do is set up your station. You're gonna need a couple different things. You'll need a medium-sized bowl because that's where you're gonna put your cheese. You'll need a small bowl because that's where you're gonna put your water. You'll need a fork, and then you'll need some extra space to make sure that you can have enough space to set up your empanada. So we're gonna start off by taking one of the pastry discs. They look like this, they're pretty small. You'll put them down and you're gonna go ahead and fill up the empanada disc. You can use anywhere from like 2 to 3 teaspoons of cheese. Obviously, there's no such thing as too much cheese, but you also wanna make sure that you don't overfill your empanada because it'll make it a little more difficult to cook. Now with the queso fresco, it's super easy. It's really soft. You can crumble it with your hands. So you wanna make sure that you're washing your hands before you're cooking, which I did wash my hands before we started. So you can crumble it up into the bowl, rinse your hands off to get off the extra cheese. And so once you've had the cheese crumbled like this, you can go ahead and start filling up your empanada. So like I said, I usually use somewhere around like 2, maybe 3 teaspoonfuls to set up the filling. Once you have your filling set up, the next thing you're gonna do is take that small bowl of water. You can take one finger, dip it in the water, and then you're gonna go around the circumference of your empanada disc. Doesn't have to be a ton of water, but just enough to kind of soak the outer edges of your disc. And then the next thing you're gonna do is fold it in half. So you kind of wanna make sure that your cheese doesn't fall out of the sides. And then you'll close it. So you're gonna press kind of on the outer edges where the cheese isn't, because you're gonna wanna make sure that your cheese is in the middle, kind of where it's puffed up. And then that's where your fork comes into play. So you're gonna take about a 1/2 inch worth or about 1 finger's worth of the top part of the prongs and use that to press down on the outer edges of your empanada. So you're gonna press it all along the sides to make sure that it's closed. Make sure that you're not putting the fork too far into the middle so that you don't puncture where the cheese is. And you'll peel it off slowly, make sure it doesn't rip. And you have an empanada. So once you've assembled all 12 of your empanadas, your next step is you're gonna take a large saucepan and put it over medium heat, and that's where you'll use about a 1/2 cup of oil. Once it's heated up, you're gonna put your empanadas in. Make sure that you're wearing long sleeves or oven mitts, something to make sure you don't get splashed with the oil and get burned. And it takes about around 2 minutes on each side, making sure that the empanada is nice and golden. Once it's done, you'll put it down on a dish with some paper towels, and then you have empanadas. And your last step is you're going to put sugar. Now, some people look at me funny when I say putting sugar on a cheese empanada, but trust me, it's the Ecuadorian way and it's the best way. Buen provecho. What about you guys, Maung and Paw? Do you guys have any recipes from your family that you like?
Yes. So one of the recipe that I like is, it's called fish paste, but then in our language it's called nyauti. Is only known for like to the Korean and like people that like villages and all the refugee camp. But it's, when you go to Thailand or Burma, I don't think you will find it in the restaurant because it's not popular to, because it tastes good for some people. It doesn't smell good. If you look at the picture on the right, the red bowl is how they mix it. They put fish, add some water and salt, and then they put it into a jar. And then after that, you can just leave it. If you want to cook it, you put it into a pot, you put some water and just heat it up. And then after that, if you look at the picture on the left, that's like the finished product. You add some spice to it and then a little bit of like salt, and then you eat it with white rice. If you don't eat it with white rice, it won't taste good. You have to eat it with rice. Rice is like digested. It's really good with rice. And then the next dish, I will pass it on to Pawa.
Thank you, Maung. For mine, it would be sticky rice with coconut milk and with the mango on top. So this dish is made for special event. You can go to some Thai restaurant and you can see it's very popular and you can try it. I do not lie, it's so delicious. So the recipe for it is steam the sticky rice until tender. Meanwhile, place the coconut milk in a heavy pot and heat over medium heat until hot. Do not boil. Add the sugar and salt and stir to dissolve completely. When the sticky rice is tender, turn it out into a bowl and pour 1 cup of hot coconut milk over. Reserve the rest. Stir to mix the liquid into the rice. Then let stand for 20 minutes to an hour to allow the flavor to blend. And lastly, just add your ripe mango, and that's it for this recipe. It is so good. So I recommend for everyone to try.
Nice. Thanks for sharing, you all. Steff, those empanadas look amazing. Maung, that fish paste looked awesome. I'll remember, gotta have rice though, right?
Yeah,
Oh, the coconut rice.
always with rice.
Those look awesome. So at home, for our guests like viewing the video right now, please feel free to share your own recipes and the traditional recipes that you keep at home, and they're keeping you sane during this quarantine. For myself, one or like two dishes I can think of. I had spent a good portion of my childhood in the South, and so one dish I love is fish and grits, as well as gumbo. So fish and grits has to be like, catfish, fried, super fatty, unhealthy. And then the grits have to sit on like some Kraft cheese. And then, they all kind of mingle together. Of course, hot sauce has to be in the equation.
Hot sauce. That's the way.
I'm checking out our sponsors here on Facebook. Steff, Empanadas are getting so much love, as well as the rice and the fish paste, Mom. See, Zach says this is Iron Chef Outdoor Outreach. Let's see. You, Paul Mom, guys are getting some love here on Facebook. We're making everyone hungry. Uh-oh. Megan says these 3 dishes are required at the next staff outing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pre-order some empanada stuff when this is all over. I need them. Can y'all think of any other dishes? Maybe not so confined by tradition, but like those, comfort foods that you make up really quick, like in the household, You got like those random ingredients that you just throw together that may not sound good to anyone else but you, Can you think of any?
The only thing I can think of is like if I have leftover raw rice that it's not gonna be eaten. When the rice is cold, first of all, I cut up all the vegetable that is in my refrigerator, cut onions up, and then I will fry them. And now I'll add some eggs to it, stir it, move it, let everything else, add some black pepper, some salt, and then all the stuff that I find in my kitchen. And then put it into the pan, fry it together. Easy fried rice. Yeah.
Sounds awesome.
I saw Dustin said he loves fried plantains. That's another super traditional Ecuadorian ingredient. I love plantains.
Yeah, plantains are awesome. I haven't had those in a long time. Can I pre-order those too?
Yeah, I got you.
Dustin says, he says, I've been loving 2 of my favorite comfort foods. Oh, he said fried plantains and chicken and dumplings. Homemade chicken and dumplings. That sounds awesome. Oh my gosh. I think we're all gonna be really hungry after this. Let's see. Someone said, Candy says, mango sticky rice sounds so good. Is there a best time of year for mango? Does anyone know the answer to that?
The summer.
Summer?
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Summer it is. Let's see, checking them out. That's awesome. I think one I grew up with, like the little kind of random whatever you have in your cabinet sort of dishes, is rice. I always have canned tomatoes for some reason. I like eat them out of the can. Weird maybe for some people, but I'll throw rice, those canned tomatoes, chop some fresh tomatoes up, and hot dogs, believe it or not. I like chop hot dogs up and then cook them for a little while. It's really good.
You should try frying up some fingerling potatoes with hot dogs. It's another traditional dish, salchipapa. Really good.
That sounds good. Get your starches and your protein, bam, right there, you know. I'll probably drown in hot sauce either way, so.
Yeah, that's the only way to do it.
Right on. Oh, I've got a couple, also links. If anybody has like links out there, please send us links to any recipes you have, or you know, if you know of a blog that has good recipes. Let's see. Annie says she loves all of the recipe ideas, and she's been plowing through the Smitten Kitchen blog. And she said she loved these zucchini fritters last week. That sounds really good. Smitten Kitchen blog, okay. Nice. Steff throwing some some recipes up there for you. I'm thinking about my leftovers in the fridge, obviously. Oh, let's see. We have a question. What kind of family occasions would you make empanadas for? My guess is all occasions.
Oh yeah, I replied there for breathing, for waking up, for the weekends, for birthdays, for marriages, good grades, bad grades to make you feel better, anything.
That's awesome. Anytime kind of dish. Oh, gumbo. Gumbo is one of my favorites too. Seafood gumbo is amazing. I can't have, you know, shellfish, but sometimes I get around it with like just the fish and stuff. But that and chicken gumbo, love the okra and just everything about it. That's awesome. Anytime kind of dish. Well, if Maung, Steff, and Paul, do y'all have anything else to add or any other dishes you want to throw out there to the folks at home? Gumbo is amazing.
Has anyone tasted Cheetos wrapped in with pancake?
I would try that. I haven't, but I would try that.
What?
I don't know. It's so good to me. I don't know.
Cheetos with pancakes.
You'll have to send us a recipe, Paul.
Yeah, roll it in a burrito kind and then eat it all together. I don't know. It's so good.
Are they hot Cheetos or just regular Cheetos?
Hot Cheetos.
Hot Cheetos.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And that's like, call it breakfast or what?
What?
Call it breakfast?
I call it, I don't know. It could be my dinner. It could be my lunch. It could be my, breakfast or snack. Yeah.
You have the comments blowing up about your Cheeto burrito, your Cheeto blanket, Cheeto in a blanket. Yeah. Cheeto in a blanket. I like it. Right on. Well, if y'all don't have anything else to share, it goes for you folks at home too. We'll start to wrap up. And just want to thank you guys, you all, for joining us today and sharing your recipes. Paul, Steff, and Maung, thank you so much. And thank you to the audience out there for tuning in once again to our live stream. This Wednesday, we'll have another YouTube video coming out, as well as Fun Fridays. So we'll have another live stream here on Facebook. So thanks again, Paul, Steff, Maung, and to you folks at home. We'll see you next time. You.